Hello, Wink Society. I'm so excited to be here. I know replay watchers, when you're hopping on, that's the first thing you're going to see is me. So I would love for you to drop me a mermaid below and let me know that you have come and watched the replay. I'm like looking at myself. Number one tip on doing lives, don't look at yourself. So I'm excited to be here. Guys, I just have to tell you that I sent my husband away because he was annoying me this morning. And I also have to mention that I absolutely love your leader, Cassie. She's a doll. Is she not the perfect human being? She's so beautiful, so amazing, so incredibly sweet, and she pours into people like it's nobody's business. I absolutely love Cassie. I appreciate her asking me to be here. It is just such an honor that she even thought of me or asked me to come in here. It means the world to me that she even reached out and asked. So thank you, Cassie, for allowing me to come in and love on your team. I'm super excited about today. So let me just preface that I will talk fast because I have a lot to say and I want to get a lot of things into your little brains and hands. So as you're hopping in, please drop me a unicorn and tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to know where your team is. I'm sure it's scattered all over the United States. And yeah, don't look at my brows. This is how much I love Cassie that I actually got up and said, okay, I'm going to do this when I am about 6 days into microblading. So no makeup. I can only do my eyes. So all I have on are my lashes, liner, and my lips. So I am a no makeup, total messed up brow mama right now. But you know what? It's going to be worth it. I will have beautiful brows. Didn't have brows before. So hello, Brittany, Haley. I think I've got Cassie on. I don't know if I'm not seeing comments or if you're not commenting, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. Actually, you know what? I know I wrote down some notes on a notepad and they're in the other room, but we'll roll with it because I wrote down some of your personalities. So you're going to have to tell me as we go along what your color personalities are when I get to that part. How many of you actually looked at the post that I made about color personalities? If you did, drop me a number 1. If you did not, drop me a number 2 and let me know that you're going to go back and look at that post because that post is so important to follow up with this live. It is so important for you to know your color personality, very much like love languages. You have to know your love language, you have to know your color personality. But before I hop into training, I want to share a little bit about me, and I'm totally not getting comments, so that's cool. I'm Jennifer Stroman. I am a mama of 4. My baby is 15. No, I did not have all of them, his, mine, and ours. I have been married to my husband for 16 years. And I've actually been in this industry in and out for about 18 years. And I started with Tupperware, 18 years old, Tupperware. I've been an entrepreneur all my adult life, not just in direct sales or network marketing. I own my own online boutique. I've dabbled in other businesses. So it's okay. It's fine, Cassie. So it's been an interesting adult life to be an entrepreneur, right? To own your own business and go through all of the different things that you have to go through as an entrepreneur. So I actually have worked in the corporate world. I worked in banking. That was a short stint, but I know everything about banking from working there. But my passion was a legal assistant. I was a legal assistant for a very long time. I did family law, helped with adoptions and custody battles and divorces, and it was such a ministry. And I found myself really struggling because I would bring home everything that I had at work, but I also found it as such a blessing that I was able to pour into people. I actually went through a divorce when I was young. I had married my high school sweetheart, got divorced shortly after, about 3 years in. And so I knew what it was like. I had a daughter with him and went through custody. We had to fight a few times. I'd been through that, right? So I understood, and it was so helpful for me pouring into my clients. And if anybody knows anything about the legal world, the attorney shows up in court, the legal assistant does everything. The legal assistant is the one who knows the clients well. So that really helped me build a foundation of getting to know your team, getting to know your people, and really being a good leader. I left there to stay home. I wanted to stay home. I actually started watching my nephew, and it really pushed me into the social selling network marketing, direct sales, whatever you want to say. And I went full force. I started with a beauty company, went into health and wellness, which I was most successful in health and wellness, and then into another beauty company, basically just to get out of that one. I was just like, land, I just need out. And it just wasn't what I was passionate about. Just because you make good money does not mean that that's where you need to be. You need to be where you are passionate. And then Red Aspen appeared, and I had been praying for something for such a long time, and it just appeared magically. That's how God works. And I haven't looked back. When I came into this business, I brought 2 people with me, and they were my ride or dies. They fell off within like a month. All they did was just follow me because they wanted to support me. I had to build from the ground up, and we ran with it. So with that being said, I am one of the other corporate legs with Cassie, and I absolutely adore her. I'll say that again. So let's get into color personalities. Are you excited? I'm super excited about this. So color personalities are totally my jam, y'all. Like, I could talk about color personalities all day long, but even though it's my jam, I still brought notes because I want to make sure that I cover everything. And I even told my husband, I'm like, I'm doing this training and it's over color personalities. He's like, whatever. Like, he's green, by the way. We'll get into that. I can do this all day, and it's so much fun. So I'm going to see if I can get on to if I can see y'all. I'm still not going to be able to see. I don't know why. Well, let me see the comments. I'm so sad. Okay, so we're gonna do this without me reading your comments. It's totally cool. I'm not gonna hop off and come back. We'll work through it. So yellow. I'm gonna talk to you about what a color personality is, how you need to operate when you're talking to a color personality, and how it's gonna help your business. I'm gonna tell you, the reason that I can talk about this all day long, every day, is because this is the foundation of my business. If I understand color personalities, I understand everybody. It is a psychological thing that you definitely have to get your brain wrapped around, because just like the love languages, color personalities are everything. It's how you operate, how you talk to someone, how they react to you, why they react the way they do. Everything is absolutely amazing when it comes to knowing your color personalities. Trust me. Once you get the color personalities down, you're gonna love it. So I'm gonna be a little dramatic. I'm gonna be a little over the top. I hope that's okay. If that's okay, give me a happy face and tell me you're totally cool with that. I'm gonna be over the top because I want you to really understand color personalities. So a yellow is a helper. They're the 50-year-old grandma who's baking cookies and bringing you dinner because you had surgery and wanting to help you in every aspect. If you needed money, they're like opening up their wallet to you. They want to help. They are servant driven. These people are nurses, counselors, teachers. Let me think of some others. Let's see. Massage therapists, social workers. These are helpers. Are you thinking of somebody who's a yellow? The yellows are the one word you need to remember with yellow: help. These people, I think of the flower children. They're like, where's my flower crown? I need a flower crown, and I just want to help everyone, and I want to just make everybody happy. And those are the yellows. The yellows are just about appeasing everybody, making everybody happy, wanting everybody to be included. If they walk into a room and they see somebody sitting in the corner, they're over there like, oh, dear child, come join us. Like, these are the yellows. Anybody know a yellow in their lives? Are you yellow? If you're yellow, drop me a yellow heart below. Guys, yellows are everyone trusts yellows. Everyone trusts yellows because they're so helpful, right? Like, they care more about everyone else before themselves. They will go above and beyond for someone else. Do you know someone who will give the shirt off their back, who will feed you before they feed themselves? That's a yellow. They are, have you ever gotten a thank you card, which I'm guilty of this? Have you ever got a thank you card that has little hearts over the eyes? Guilty. Every card. I do like hearts over the eyes, and I sign it Jen with X's and O's and little hearts and smiley faces. Those are yellows. By the way, I'm not yellow, but it is my second color. And they just they love everyone. They're just overflowing with joy. And I absolutely love my yellows. They don't care about comp plans. They don't care about winning trips. They don't care about awards. They don't care about anything that's going to put them first or recognize them or acknowledge them. They don't care about going on a stage. They don't care about being number one in the company. That's not their concern. Their concern is, what can this product do for my customers? What can this business do for my friends? What can this do to help someone? Y'all following me here? So they can't say no. They cannot say no. They also don't want to be pushed. They don't want to be bossed around. They do not want to be told what to do, because they're flower children, and they're the ones on the soccer field that are picking flowers instead of paying attention to the game because they're off in La La Land. They just want to help. They're not competitive at all. So they get turned off when they're being bossed or told what to do. Have you ever been in a situation, have you ever had a really bad boss? Have you ever had an ugly boss? Drop me number 3 below. And no one likes to be bossed, right? So you have that ugly boss who's like, you need to do this and you need to do that. And yellows are totally turned off. Like, they'll go cry in the corner. I'm being dramatic, y'all, but they will. They'll go cry in the corner. They don't want that. They're mellow. They're totally chill. They're totally relaxed. They avoid conflict at all costs. They will avoid conflict so much so that the fight or flight, they are a flight. They don't want to face it. They don't want to deal with it. They're not going to talk to the person. They're just going to pretend like it never happened. They're going to sweep things under the rug. When bad things happen, they don't want to discuss them. And they're just so easygoing. They're easy to get along with. They're easy to chill with. These are the women that are going to be wearing flip-flops. They wear jeans. They throw their hair up and don't care. Like, they don't care what they look like. It's not about appearances. Let's give you some examples of yellows. Cinderella, any fairy godmother, Charlie Brown was a yellow. Big Bird, think of yellow. Big Bird was a yellow. Mother Teresa. So those are some yellows. What is bad about a yellow? What is bad about a yellow is they're wishy-washy. Let's be real. They're wishy-washy. They can't make a decision. So let's do a scenario. You and your hubby are sitting there, or let's just put you in a room with girlfriends, right? This is what happens when there is a yellow involved. Hey girls, what do you want for lunch? I don't know. What do you want? I don't care. What do you want? Well, I'll eat whatever you're eating. Well, it doesn't really matter. I could pick something off the menu. Those are all yellows. They aren't decisive. They don't know what they want. Anybody else like that with food? Like, I'm totally cool eating anywhere. Give me a taco and I'm good to go. Drop me some tacos below if you agree. Oh yeah, now I'm getting hungry. So they're wishy-washy. They don't like forcing their opinion on someone else. So let me see if I missed anything on yellows. Okay, so why are yellows awesome leaders? Because they are. They are one of the best color personalities to be a leader and to be in your organization. They're awesome leaders because they have the most impeccable integrity. They are so incredibly honest. They're servant driven. How many of you want a servant driven leader? Anybody? Give me the little emoji with the hand up. Like, you want a servant-driven leader. You want somebody that's there to serve you and help you. You don't want somebody who's obsessed with themselves, right? This is why yellows are so great at being leaders. They are self-motivated when their purpose is like crystal clear for them. They're mission driven. So for us, having our mission statement to inspire women to stand up, stand out, and stand together by uniting passion with purpose, absolutely love our mission statement. They're drawn to that. And if they believe in that mission statement, they're self-motivated. They're on it. They're running. They will run their business and they will actually, be successful leaders if they stand behind the mission. If they realize it's going to help people. If they believe, comment believe below. If they believe in the mission statement, they're going to run. They are dependable. They don't have an ego. Ego is not going to get in their way. They're not going to be obsessed with, well, I want to be at the top, or I need to be at the top, or I. That's not a yellow. A yellow is we, us. Like, we are going to climb to the top. We are going to do this. Like, it's going to be us. They're very patient. So yellow is my second personality. And I will say that if I were to point out some things about me, I'm very driven. With the mission statement, I don't let my ego get in the way. And when I'm talking about my team, I talk about we. But the parts of yellow that don't resonate with me is I am not patient, guys. Like, I am so not patient, and I am not indecisive. Like, I usually, unless it's about food, I know what I want. I know what I want, how I want it, where I want. Like, that's me. So giving you some ideas. So yellow is my second, and we will get into what I am. I'm sure you've already figured out what I am. Blue. Oh, this is the funniest fun one. This is the best one for me to act out. So like, it's totally fun and cool. Like, let's go surfing and like, let's have some fun. And where is the party, y'all? Like, let's go. This is a blue. Blues don't shut up either. They want to have fun. They want to party. These are the ones looking for the Saturday night fun. They are totally into trips. They are totally into incentives if it means socializing. They want to talk. You get on an elevator with this person, you've never met them before, and they're going to talk your ear off the entire time. Do you know a blue? Anybody know a blue? Drop me blue hearts below if you know some blues in your life. They are totally into fun. So the word that you think of, yellow is help, blue is fun, party. They are living it up. They are having so much fun. They want to be adventurous. They try new things. They're the ones who are going to jump out of a plane. They love to travel. They want to meet new people. They don't know a stranger. They don't know a stranger. It doesn't matter who they are. They're going to strike up a conversation. They're going to figure out how to talk to them, and they're going to make it happen. Blues were made for network marketing. They were made for this business. Why? They're social. So if we're in a social selling network, if we are socially selling our lashes and lips and dashes, like what better way than to have a blue who's going to come in and be totally excited about it, and oh my gosh, we have so much fun, and these lashes are like they're totes, y'all. Like, they're like, come on. Like, people are going to resonate with that. They're going to be drawn to that. They want that. The thing about blues though is they don't shut up. They talk all the time. They can't be quiet. They don't listen because their mind is going 200 miles per hour in 200 different directions. They're thinking about all the ways that they can go have fun and do more. How many people can they meet? They're not being rude either. They squirrel a lot. Do you know those squirrel? I squirrel, but I'm not a blue. I'll tell you, I'm not a blue. This is actually low on my totem pole. It's actually 3, so I won't say low. Green's the worst. So blue is my third. If I have a drink, if I have some wine, then I'm totally blue, but I'm not a blue just by nature. Blue leaders bring in a lot of people, and they promote well. They're natural promoters at promoting your business, your opportunity, your products, your services. They're good at promoting things. And the reason they are is because honestly, they don't know a lot about it. They're just excited. They're just excited about everything. They're excited about life. They have short attention span, love trips, said that, okay. Most of their days are spent on the phone. They're on the phone or they're talking to people in person. These blues are gonna be people that are, I'm trying to think if I wrote anything down for some examples. Oh, here's some examples. Mel Gibson on Lethal Weapon. He's a perfect example. Bugs Bunny, SpongeBob is blue. Goofy, great. Here's a blue color. Big Bird was yellow. Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster's blue, and doesn't he get super excited about cookies? Who gets excited about cookies? Drop me a cookie emoji below. I get excited about cookies. The most ultra blue character or person that I can think of is Dory. Dory. How many of you love Dory? Like, I love Dory. She's so awesome, but she's so spacey, guys. Like, she's so out of it. So out of it. Everybody can get along with Dory, but would Dory make a good, dependable person? Depends, right? So they cannot sit in a seat for very long. They've got to get up, they've got to move, they've got to be doing something. If you were to put them in a meeting and sit them down, they're going to hate it. They're going to get up, they're going to take a lot of breaks, they're going to walk out of the room, they just can't handle it. They have to get up, they've got to talk, they've got to socialize. They live in the moment, they don't plan. These people are not planners, they're not schedulers. Time gets lost very, very easily. They're in the moment. They don't worry about what's coming tomorrow or what happened in the past. It's all about living the life that they have right now. YOLO, guys, YOLO. So blues and yellows actually work really, really well together. And blues are they're good at leading and bringing people in, but they're not the best leaders because they're not organized and they don't want to do, but they can adapt if necessary. So they're big picture people. They see the bigger image. They see what's coming. They can look and say, I can totally achieve this trip, and I'm going to bring all of these people. I'm going to have so much fun. They don't care about the details. They don't even know what's in the products. If you were selling, like, let's say you were selling some shake, they don't even know what's in the shake. They just know it's the best shake in the entire world. They don't have a clue what it does. They don't have a clue if it's gonna damage you or not. They don't care. They're just having fun, and they're telling you how amazing it is and how amazing they feel and how everything in the world is amazing. They will take action and they don't even look back. So usually a blue will come into a business, especially in this industry, and they just run. Like, they don't even care. They haven't even looked at the comp plan. They don't know. They're just having fun. They're just ready, okay? So they just make it happen. If you are a blue, you tend to be kind of mindless, and it's all about the fun. So you're not going to want to be pushed. So if you were talking to a blue, so yellow, by the way, I didn't mention this. If you're ever talking to a prospect who's a yellow, they want to help. Use the word help. They want to know about the mission statement. They want to know how they're helping people. They want to know how Red Aspen is going to fulfill them. How are the products going to help them? And they're not concerned with comp plans and details and trips and things. So that's how the yellow is. With the blue, if you're talking to a blue prospect or a blue teammate, you have to realize they're all about the party and fun. So you can't come at them like, hey, we need to get these numbers up, or hey, we got to do this, or, you know, why aren't you helping more people? They're just here for the fun. They're just here for the fun. Usually blues are a hands-off approach. Like, you want to, if you're talking to a prospect, getting them into the business, it's always, oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much fun, and we went to Scottsdale, and we did this, and we had this, and we have this leader trip, and we, like, fun, okay? We have these news and inspirations, and they hop on, and they pop confetti, and they do champagne toast, and don't you want to be there, and let's do, like that. They want to be there for the fun. But when it's a teammate, you cannot go to them and say, you know, your numbers are dropping, like, we need to get your numbers up. They're not here for the numbers. They're here for the fun. So it's got to be, hey, what's going on? Like, are you not having fun? Like, let's spice it up. What can we do? You've got to come at them and give them ideas that are going to really just boost them and make them excited again. They've got to stay excited. These people, you have to speak to them the way I've been talking right now, just very upbeat, excited, constantly. So let's get into what I am predominantly and know very well, which is red. And let me tell you this, reds usually think they're yellow. Reds typically think, oh, I love to help people, and I'm totally a yellow. I'm not a red, because reds kind of have some bad words associated with them, and reds kind of get a bad rap. I'm just gonna say that they get a bad rap because I don't think that I'm at all of the things that red says that red is, but I am red, and I am red, and when red comes out of me, you know that it's coming out. Drop me some fire below. We're gonna get ready. Red is driven. Red is money driven. They want to know bottom line. They are competitive. They are motivated. They also don't listen, but because they don't need to. They know exactly what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, the way it's going to be done. How many of you are firstborn? Are you the baby? Are you the baby in the family? If you are the baby in the family, drop me a baby emoji below. But if you are the firstborn in your family, I want you to drop me a big red heart. Can you make it big? Can you make, like, big red heart? I love you. Like, you're my soul sister right there. Like, I gotta tell you, when I hear that there's babies in the family, which a lot of my leaders are babies in the family, and I'm like, makes sense. And they always laugh at me. I'm like, oh, you're the baby. I get it. Okay, totally get it. The babies are kind of spoiled, aren't they? The firstborn usually have way more responsibility on their shoulders. They usually have to carry the weight. They usually have to step into the role of parent sometimes. They have to take on so much. So usually firstborns typically are red. Fun fact. So reds are in charge. They're usually bossy. They kind of are on the bossy side. I gotta say, growing up, I was bossy. I'm not gonna lie, like, when I was a little girl, I told everybody how things were gonna be and what was gonna happen. And my friends were follow the leader kind of friends because I was leading the way. Do you know a little girl like that? Do you have children? If you have a daughter who's sassy, you might have a red on your hands. If you have a daughter who is defiant, you probably have a red on your hands. If you have a child who is, I'm saying daughter because I'm like talking about women, you can have a son too. If you have a child who, even when they're toddlers, they're like, let me do it myself, and they want to do everything themselves, they're very independent, they're probably red. Reds can do things on their own. They don't need all of your help. They don't need you holding their hand. They don't want you to hold their hand. Reds do not like whiny people. Reds do not want to hear excuses. Reds do not care to hear all the details. They're bottom line people. They're very organized, extremely organized. They also typically are all about the money. They want to know, like, they measure success by money. They measure by how much they're bringing in. If you were to talk to someone that's a red, they usually are talking about their accolades. They're talking about what they've done. So for me as a red, I could come in and say, guys, I was the first one to hit senior brand director, and I have, I've brought in this many people, and I make this much money a month, and that would be the red, okay? Where the yellow would come in and be like, our team has done so well, and we've brought in so many people, and we've helped so many, and we've really made an impact on so many lives. The blue's just like, what, where's the party? Okay, following along with these color personalities. Are you seeing how this could really help? I'm going to give you a big bonus at the end when talking to different color personalities. So reds are absolutely the most amazing leaders ever. I'm not just saying that because, no, reds are amazing leaders. They're naturally born to lead. They are naturally born to be organized, to know what they need to do, to make things happen. Their downside is they think they're always right. They must be number one. They're extremely competitive. They're ready to take people down. Bad reds will take people down. Other reds, if you've got a mixture and things like that, you're competitive, but like friendly competition. Y'all, would you rather have the ugly red or the nice red? Let's be honest. Like, I would rather have the nice red. And a lot of people who are super red who come into this network marketing business and start doing things, they learn very quickly that ugly red, it doesn't go very far. When it's all about you're never gonna grow. It's gotta be a bigger picture, right? Like, that's why yellows are freaking amazing. So the best combo are reds and yellows. Like, somebody who's a red and yellow, and I'm not saying that because that's me, but just saying, no, reds and yellows that's a perfect combo because they want to help others, but they're also very driven. I hope that makes sense. So reds tend to be very boastful, hence the yellow and red and me. They like bonuses, boastful in a good way. There can be the ugly side where they come in and they're like, ugh, and they look down on you. I'm not talking about that kind of boastful. They can be boastful as far as being proud of themselves. They're very proud of themselves. They're proud of what they do. They run like hell. They love to be in front of a room. They love to talk on stages. They want to be seen. The bad part about a red is when they were to receive an award, it's all about I. Like I said, like, I hit this, I did this, where that can be toned down some. But reds, typically, that they're red because they come in and they'll tell you, well, I own a salon and I own this and I did this and I use salon just because this is the team I'm talking to, but they typically talk about all of the things that they've accomplished. Donald Trump, red. Politicians, red. Okay? They want to be successful. They are driven by success. Let me think of somebody else. George Jefferson. Did anybody ever watch The Jeffersons? George Jefferson was absolutely a red. The Beast on Beauty and the Beast is a red. Lucy on Peanuts. So Charlie Brown's yellow. Lucy was pretty bossy, right? Lucy. She was red, like ultra red. So that is a red. Reds can be like wedding planners, people who are organized. Those kinds of industries are going to be the reds. You can't be you could be sort of a yellow as a wedding planner, but if you got down to where you're going to do the wedding, the yellows are off fixing something instead of making it happen. So that's a little bit of a difference. Reds, when you're talking to them as a prospect, they want to know the comp plan. They want to know the bottom line. They want to know how much money they can make, how fast they can make it, how can they get to the top of the comp plan, how many people does it take to get there. They want the facts about money. They want to know how they're going to be successful and what it's going to take to get there. They're actually lousy followers. They don't follow well. They have to be in a place of leading. So let me tell you a great story. I'm totally going to squirrel for just a second. The red in me is not a good follower. And so through the years in this industry, I learned very quickly that I was not made to follow and that I needed to lead. The problem is you have to follow. It's just like being in a work scenario where you have a boss and you're the employee. You have to follow the boss's direction, right? Like you have to follow the leader. That's how this works. But I always wanted to be the leader. I always wanted to be in front. And that actually killed me and my business for a long time until I realized how to be a follower. So I tell you that because just because you are ultra red, you can tone it down to just be red. Like I can be red and I can be yellow. And you can tone that down. Those bad things about, it's not bad to be driven by money, y'all. Like if you are red and you're driven, how many of you want money? Like how many of you love money? Let's be honest, guys. Drop me a money bag if you need money to live. If you need money to live, drop me a money bag below. Money is not a bad thing. And when people talk about, she's all about the money, that's not a bad thing. I know that it sounds bad and society has made it that, but guys, that's what we need to live. I cannot go buy food without money. I cannot pay for my car without money. I cannot take my kid to buy a Christmas gift without money. Money is necessary. And so don't think that because they're red and they are focused on what they're bringing in, that that's a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing because they get reality. Okay. So that's a red. Guys, if you're asking me questions or you have questions, I wanted to be able to answer questions at the end of this. I will come back and I will answer all of the questions in the thread since I'm not getting comments. And I'm sorry about that. So greens, let's get into greens. Analytical. They're so analytical. So red, you want to think money driven, self-motivated. Yellows, you're thinking help. Blues, you're thinking party and fun. The greens. I wish I had some glasses. So the greens, they have their hair up in a bun. They have the glasses. They're studious. They're librarians. They're total librarians. They're engineers. They know exactly how to do an Excel spreadsheet. They're accountants. They're scientists. They're computer geeks. Like they know all the ins and outs of everything that's known to man. They will read a manual from front to back before they assemble something. They're so number driven. They're research driven. They're very logical people. They have no emotions. They're very much an introvert, where blues are total extroverts, right? Like they'll I don't know, get naked and run around. Blues are crazy. But the greens are just like, oh no. They're very fashion impaired. Let's be real. They're fashion impaired. They don't know what to wear. You think of somebody who, I'm trying to think of some characters who are just total greens. So Count Dracula and Bert from Bert and Ernie, those are greens, but I'm trying to think of think of Mr. Rogers and being all put together. Greens are very studious. So they see the world in black and white. They are very rule oriented. There is no gray area with a green. It is either this or it's that. Anybody know a green? If you know a green, drop me a green heart below. They are all about data and research. They'll look over things forever. They will be making spreadsheets. They'll be revamping things. They recreate everything they get their hands on. They love training. They love accumulating training. They will watch every training video known to man. They will read every self-help book they can. They hate talking to people though. They absolutely hate talking to people. They'll type out a message, but they're not going to do a voice message. They don't want to get on the phone. They love books. They will read and read and read, but they're not going to talk to people. They're super cheap. They're super, super cheap. So they're not going to order cards on Vistaprint. They're going to they're going to get cardstock and they're going to print stuff out and they're going to cut it because it's cheaper. Like that's a green. Like greens are that way. Here's the problem with greens. Because they don't want to talk to people, they're not going to touch as many people, but they also are very slow. And I'm not saying short bus slow. I'm saying they're slow as in they don't move very fast. They are definitely the turtle, okay? They're the tortoise and the hare. They will delay decisions because they want to research everything. So I have a green on my team. I spotted her a mile away, which I have several greens, but I'm thinking of one in particular. And she wouldn't recruit anybody. And she wouldn't recruit anybody because she wanted to be the best leader ever first. You can't figure out how to be a leader unless you start leading and make mistakes and figure things out and figure out what works and doesn't work. But in her mind, she needed to study everything there was about leadership so that she could be the best leader ever before bringing someone on. She wanted to be able to answer all the questions. She wanted to be able to know every ingredient that would be in any type of product. She wanted to know exactly the dimensions of every lash. She wanted to know the prices of everything, have them memorized, because if somebody asked, God forbid, she'd have to go look it up. She needed to know. They are all about the knowledge. And I made a comment to her one time about being slow and stuff, and it really opened her eyes, and she started recruiting because she started realizing that you can't just, the greens are very hard to get up and go, and you can't just sit in that and study. It is great to always be a student. It is not great to only be a student. You have to put things into action. What I love about greens is they are loyal. They will stick to you like nobody's business. They may be slow starting, but they are going to stay with you for the long haul. They're not going anywhere. They made their decision, and once they make their decision, they stick to it. So my husband, he's a green. He's extremely loyal. Rain or shine, he's going to show up. He's going to do what he says he's going to do, and he is not going to ever like change his mind. He is absolutely in for the long haul. Greens can lead very well because they know everything, right? Like they've researched everything. They have every answer. They're great with their downline because if a downline goes to them, they know exactly what to say to them. The downside to the greens being good leaders is instead of saying what a red would say is if somebody came to them and said, great example, hey, when did the nails come back? Where I'm sitting here thinking, it was on News and Inspiration, y'all. Like they told you to go look at the treehouse. Did they not put a post in Red Aspen, Red Ambassadors? Did they, brand ambassadors, did I not put a post in my group? Like, did I not tell you where you could go look? Like Reds are thinking, I gave you all the tools. Go find it. I told you where to go. That's what we think. We don't say that. I don't say that. But greens are going to, they will be back at here and you can find it at this link and you can da-da-da-da. Yellows are just going to want to help and they're just going to answer the question, where greens are going to give them all the resources and say, go look this link up, go do this, go do that. My response to that, to my team would be, they will be back at the end of the month. Here's the link. Make sure that you're following. That's what I actually respond. But I'm thinking, didn't I already tell you this? Right? So that's what a red word, where greens are just, here's the link. And according to the treehouse, it says, and they give you details of every little thing. They're very antisocial. They get very tense. So where a yellow is a professional hugger, yellows will walk into a room and hug everyone. They want to hug everyone. They want to love on everybody. They're very touchy-feely. A green, on the other hand, you go to hug them and they tense up. They're very analytical. They're very scheduled. They're very plan-oriented. That is a green. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of a couple people in the treehouse, and then I want to give you a couple examples. When you're talking to a green, you want to give them as much time to make a decision. You cannot go to them and expect that they're going to jump on your team overnight. These people need all the research possible. Give them the link to the treehouse. Give them the comp plan. Give them the long version of the comp plan if they need it. Whatever. They want to know every policy and procedure before they ever join, and that's okay. Let them. You give them the information and leave them be. They will come back to you when they're ready. You can check in with them and stuff, but they're going to take their time. They're going to take probably a year. No, just kidding. A little bit of exaggerating, but they're going to take forever to make their mind up. Let them research all day long. So if this was helpful, give me a number 4 below. I'm going to give you a couple examples. So in the treehouse, let's talk about the treehouse ladies, shall we? I wonder how many of you, what do you think Cassie is? Let's talk about Cassie first. What do you think Cassie is? I want to know what you think Cassie is as far as what color, because I think that dominantly she is yellow. I think that she's a mixture of multiple colors, and there is no such thing as being a rainbow. You all have a dominant color regardless of whether or not you have a little of each. I think that she's very yellow. She's very driven by helping others. and she will do whatever it takes to make that happen for you. She wants to make you successful or help you be successful. So that's what I think of when I think of yellow. So when I'm looking at the treehouse, what do you think the treehouse ladies are? Do you have any idea? So Amanda's red. Amanda may not say she's red or may not think she's red, but that girl is red. She is driven. She can whip those packages out. She's ready to go. She's got it all. She's got a timeline. She's doing her thing. She is red. So when you look at Amanda, she's very driven. She knows what she wants. She has goals. She is knocking it out. She's very red. Anybody agree with that? If you agree with that, give me some other red hearts. I want to see some more red hearts. She is very red. She has a mixture. She's got yellow. She's so loving. She's so incredibly kind. And she has that sweet side too. But red is her dominant color. Can anybody tell me who's a green? I want to know if you know who the green is. Because I'm going to share a story about the green. I love the green, but I'm going to share a story about the green. So then you have Erica. Erica, I haven't been around Erica. I mean, I've been around Erica a lot, but not enough to absolutely say this, but I gotta say her dominant color is probably blue. Erica likes to have fun. Erica wants to have fun. She also is very yellow. She wants to help. She wants to be behind the scenes. She doesn't want recognition. She doesn't want to be seen. She wants to just do what she needs to do, and she wants to see someone else glorified. Okay? But the blue in her, like, she is blue. That girl loves to party. I'm not saying she's a partier. Don't go back to the treehouse and be like, oh, Jen said. No. But she loves fun. She's all about the fun. She's so bubbly. She's so talkative. She's so encouraging. That's blue. She just exudes all of that. But she has a lot of yellow, so it balances that out. I see both in her. So did you figure out who the green was? The green is Jeannie. Jeannie is the one who does all the policies and procedures. She's the one who's created the comp plan. She's put all these things together. She has a lot of green in her. She would much rather be in her little cave, in her own room, not being bothered. That beautiful, spunky Jeannie absolutely is a green. And the first time I ever met them, I'm all about color personalities, right? So I'm going to, by the way, if we were going to talk about yellows, Jessie is a yellow. Jessie wants to love on everybody. She is the face, so she has to be very helpful, and blue as well. She has to pull out blue to be the CEO. She just wants to help, and she wants to listen, and she wants to be empathetic, and she's super, super, super kind. Yellows are just the perfect leader, and so that's why she's the CEO. But going back, when I showed up to the treehouse for the very first time, which will be a year, I think in like 2 weeks it'll be a year since I first met them at the treehouse, and I go up to everybody. Amanda's hugging me, and we're talking, and we get along great. And Miss Yellow, Jessie, love her, meet her, everything's great. And Erica, we're living it up. We're going to have some fun and do some things. And I get to Jeannie, and Jeannie is very studious. She's very put together. Absolute love her. So I go to hug Jeannie, and I guarantee you, if she's watching this, she'd probably be like, that is not me. But really, like, I went to hug her, and you could just tell, like, she tensed without realizing that she tensed. Like, she wanted to hug me. It's not like she didn't like me. That's not what greens are about. It's not that they don't like you. They just, they like their bubble. Like, get out of their bubble. And they want to love on you, and they want to be there, but they're very, does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense, because I'm not being in a negative way, but like, that I knew immediately when I hugged Jeannie. I already thought that she was green by our conversations, but when I went to hug Jeannie, and there's almost, I hate to say this because this is not what I mean. Cold is not the word I'm trying to say, but that's the first thing that comes to mind, like that tense, like there's a division. And it's not that she's cold, because she's not cold. She's the sweetest person ever. So don't get me wrong, but you hug, and there's that like, ooh. So that is a green. Greens don't want emotions. They're not about emotions. They're not about lovey-feely, touchy. They're not about, they're not going to share things. So when I told you that my husband's green, I can talk bad about the green with my husband. So when I talk about my husband being green, he's kind of, he's a hard man to love. Let's go to that song. He's a hard man to love, because he's not going to tell me how beautiful I am every day. He's not going to tell me how amazing I am. He's not going to tell me that he loves me and let me count the ways and let me write a poem for you. And that's not a green. A green is very analytical. He's very loyal. He's like, I bring home the money. Like, I do good things for you. I'm very loyal. I'm dependable. Like, that's his green. His way of loving me is by being dependable and bringing in the money and doing the things, right? So that is his way of loving me, where my way of loving him is I'm going to gift you things and I'm going to tell you how awesome you are. So just to kind of give you an idea. I hope this was helpful. Last thing I'm going to say is when you are talking to different colors, you have to understand two things. What color are you and what color are they? So if you are a red, and you are dominant, and you are very bossy, or very driven, or very much a leader, and you go talk to a blue, you can't talk to a blue the way you are. You've got to tone it down and get into that blue personality feel. You've got to change your mindset. You've got to switch it up. So I hope you took notes. Go back and take some more notes. I'm going to give you an assignment here. I want you to go and talk to about 10 people in the next 24 hours. It could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your kid, it could be your best friend, it could be someone on your team. But as you're talking to each person, I want you to pull out what color personality they are. What are they dominantly? Just by watching them, just by knowing them, or even think about it, jot it down. Think about, what is your mom? My mama is a nurse and she is absolutely yellow. She will not tell you when someone hurt her feelings. She will brush it under the rug. She's just like, it's okay. She'll take it. My dad is red, and I mean full on red. So I can say, I mean, he is money driven. He is very arrogant. He is very materialistic. That part of me is not red. I'm not materialistic. I'm not arrogant, but that is red, red, red. And then think about how you, if you took the quiz and you know what color personality you are, did what I say actually resonate with you? Does it actually sound like you? And how are you going to react to people in the future? So I'm going to give you an assignment. The first thing is to go talk to 10 people, figure out who are they, what color personality they are. And in about a couple hours, I will drop in here and I'll give you an assignment to work on this week. It's not anything major, but I just want you today and tomorrow to start talking to people and picking out the color personalities, being aware. Because if you're aware of their color personality, you're going to be able to grow your business a whole lot faster. If you know their love language, their color language, you will be able to go so far in this business. So if there's anything that I can just wrap this up with, I will tell you that you are in the right place at the right time. This company is a starter company. We made it through our first year, which is so incredibly important in direct sales to hit that 1 year mark. Our success of hitting $1 million in less than 5 months was incredible. And that tells you that it's great on the red side. Like we've got it. But on the other side, these women that created this are so incredibly passionate about what they're doing. And to be a part of this, to be a part of this movement is just so, so special. And I hope you realize how special it is and how wonderful it is to be here. And you have such an empowering, amazing leader in Cassie. She is going to take you places that you never even imagined. And I hope that you are open to allowing her to help you make your dreams come true, because it can happen here. If you would love to follow me on Facebook, and I would love to answer your questions. I'm sorry that I didn't get to see comments. I will come back. I promise I will comment and answer any questions. I love you all. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope this was insightful. Y'all have a good one.